My name's Micky Yule. I'm a Paralympic powerlifter. I joined the army when I was 16 from Edinburgh, and I spent the next 15 years of my life in the army. I was a Royal Engineer, specialising in demolitions and bomb disposal things. And I got injured on the 1st of July 2010 in Afghanistan. I was a double amputee from those injuries. I then spent the next 2 or 3 years doing my rehabilitation and recovery at Headley Court, which is the main rehab centre for injured soldiers. During that time, I started doing Paralympic sport on the back of London 2012. I used that as a great motivation and inspiration to take up Paralympic sport. And I now find myself 2 weeks away from flying to Rio to represent my country again in Paralympic powerlifting, and hopefully going to come back with a medal. I stood on the IED, which is the bomb, on my left leg, and then I instantaneously lost my left leg, and my right leg was really damaged, but I stayed conscious, so I knew exactly what had happened. I then got evacuated back to the main hospital, Camp Bastion in Afghanistan, and from there flew back to Queen Elizabeth's Hospital in Birmingham, where all the lads who were injured got sent back to. I quickly sort of accepted what had happened. I thought it was really important that I'd done that, and then just started trying to start picking my life back together. And sports helped a lot with me doing that. It's gave me different goals and different drivers, and it's given me something to really push for and help me achieve. And was quickly identified that I could really achieve some stuff in powerlifting. I started working with my coaches closely from then, and worked hard enough to qualify for the Commonwealth Games, won multiple British Championships, and was quickly competing on the international stage. I was really disappointed to come fourth in the Commonwealth Games. I'd set myself really high goals to win some big medals there, and actually that disappointment was a big factor in driving me onto Rio, and it's definitely motivated to smash all my targets and everything I need to compete well in Rio in a couple of weeks. Well, I quickly accepted my injuries. It wasn't going to change, my legs weren't going to come back, and I had friends who had lost their lives out in Afghanistan, so I wasn't going to get caught up in feeling sorry for myself, just think of the guys' families who didn't come back. So I was quickly wanting to get back to being a father to my son at the time, and also back to being a husband and all the responsibilities that you have every day. And so I got on with that. I also got on with my sport. I started getting strong. I've got a mental toughness from the injury that is like unquestionable. Actually, my mind's a lot stronger than my body. It can send my body into some dark holes sometimes, and that's a benefit for me in training because my mind will override anything. And I think that's one of the big points of dealing with the injury. And now when it comes to competing in Rio and competing with everything else, that's nothing to what I've done before. It's nothing to what I've dealt with. So now it's like a walk in the park. So I know where I've been, I know where I'm going, and I've got no doubt I'll get there. Well, I watched the closing ceremony in a hospital bed. I just had one of my 46 operations or whatever I had up to date, and do you know what? I said to myself then, the next time there's a closing ceremony at the Paralympics, you're going to be there. And I set myself that goal really early. My goals are higher than anybody else set me. I set my personal goals through the roof. I'm trying to go to Rio and qualify, and then we want to try and get in the top 5, but why can't I medal? Why can't I? That's what I ask myself. Why don't I just make it the best day of my life there and smash it? And there'll be nothing these guys can do about it. It'll be too late for them. So that's how I go into Rio.